Is the US government delivering false statements? Well, we're going to address that because some are saying yes, others are saying no. Here's what we know. The average US consumer, they feel that the US economy is still struggling. They see that their income hasn't gone up. They see that their bills continue to increase. But yet the US government, particularly the White House, continues to say things are looking up. That's good news. Well, are things really looking up? Right now, the only things that are looking up are prices. That's the only thing I can find. But not only has the US government continued to tout their own efforts to pretty much tell everybody that they have improved everyone's financial situation because they're bringing inflation down. The problem is things are not looking up. Things are actually worse this year than they were last year. Just consider this. Back in 2022, we had inflation that was much higher than what it currently is today. It was at 9.1%. We are now sitting at 6.4%. But inflation in 2022, this wasn't on everyday goods like we're seeing today. Back in 2022, employees still had power. They still had power over their employers. Today, that's not so much the case. We still have more than 10 million open positions currently in the United States, which is roughly 2 open positions for every one unemployed person. And then you factor in real wages for the American people. Real wages have fallen for 21 consecutive months. That's a problem. Over the past 12 months, wages have actually decreased by 1.8%. But with inflation at 6.4%, that's a very wide gap. That's 8.2% difference. That's a problem. The US government also tells us things are looking up though. But why do they continue to tell us this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. According to the White House, inflation has gone down. Yes, year over year inflation has gone down, but are prices dropping? The answer is no. Prices are not dropping. Yes, before when inflation was 9.1%, just think about this, and I'm not going to do the math in my head because I will screw it up. But let's say you had a $100 product, back in 2021, then 2022, June 2022, when we had 9.1% inflation, that $100 product would have then been $109.10, right? 9.1% inflation. Well, let's just say, this year we already have 6.4% inflation. Well, what if that $109 product went up by 6.4%? Well, again, I told you I'm not going to do the math in my head. Let me pull out a calculator really quick. But $109.10 times, what did I say, 6.4%? 6.4%. That would be that product would cost $116. It'd be a $116 product. So are prices actually going down? No. Prices are not going down. They're continuing to go up. So things are not looking better, right? They're just not. Here's a problem though. The US government continues to tell us that things are looking up. Things are better. But here's the problem. They are telling, SNAP beneficiaries that things are not as bad as they were before, right? Prices are coming down. We have more stability with food. Do you remember what just happened with eggs? Egg prices shot through the roof. Did we just forget that? Well, this is why I have a problem with this, because what we are seeing now is SNAP beneficiaries are about to lose the majority of their funding, about to lose the majority of their monthly benefits. And this is as a result of the government funding bill that was passed back in December, because the government believed, and the White House kept telling everybody, no, things are improving. It's not as bad as it was before. And so they voted on a bill, the government funding bill, there's a provision in it that allowed states to the government to stop funding this program, which means it's on the states, which no state is going to be sending, 10 times the amount of benefits to anybody in their state. It's just not going to happen. So here's what we know. SNAP is going to be cutting off SNAP beneficiaries from getting the maximum benefit, meaning we're about to see 32 states end this program at the end of this month, at the end of February. We're likely to see recipients go from getting about $280 a month as a monthly benefit to now just between $20 and $30 per month. This is a huge problem, and this is very concerning. The U.S. government knows millions of households are on the verge of poverty, and taking away this benefit, one of their main sources, is likely to push another 10 to 15% of people into poverty, into food poverty, right? The problem is that the U.S. government, they don't have the ability to provide more funding to the SNAP program. And the reason why they don't have this ability is because the U.S. government has a bunch of their own problems, especially the debt ceiling. So trying to get any funding passed to go to SNAP beneficiaries and to the nutrition assistance programs is not going to happen. And again, I say this with a heavy heart because I know people are going to struggle. I know food insecurity is a real threat now. And it's only going to become more evident in 1 to 2 months. And again, I've been saying this for a while, be prepared. Understand that these government-funded programs are not going to last forever. Hopefully, something happens, the state will give you some additional assistance, and I've talked about this on the channel before, but as of right now, it's just not going to happen, and it's not likely. So again, to answer the question that I received the other day, was this all a lie? Did the federal government, did the White House in particular, deliver false statements? And the White House, and they're very good at this. They're very good at what they do. The statements that they deliver are not technically false, but they're misleading. It depends on how they are delivered. And that's a huge problem because we can't believe everything that we see. And again, I tell you this all the time. If you question anything that I talk about here on this channel, go and research it. Google it. Okay? I more than welcome that. Because there are times where you turn on CNN, you turn on Fox News, Newsweek, whatever, right? Reuters. Go and look at an article, or you watch an interview, it doesn't matter. You go and watch it, it's delivered from a specific point of view. They don't deliver both sides, and there's a reason for it. So, was this all a lie? No. Was it misleading? Absolutely yes.